Sorry, my bed's a mess. I was in the middle cleaning while editing this video. Also, too, my bed's also a mess in all the videos. But anyway, I just want to say this before this video starts. This is a very special episode of Brando Reacts where we talk about the LGBT community. Before we get into it, the original video does have a lot of choice words for certain things. The video that I'm reacting to, I just want to say I do not agree with that man. like, like overly agree with that man. Like, it is not. Like you'll see when we get into it, but like I need y'all to understand like his thoughts are not my thoughts. I state my thoughts in this video, so just listen. And also, I do say at the end of the video, but I want to say at the start because some of y'all don't listen. Let's just have a constructive debate, okay? Let's just have a nice formal debate. No bashing each other, no calling people names, no none of that, bro. Let's not do that. But I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys at the end. All right. We got why the LGBT movement is failing by think before you sleep. Go fast, I'm gonna goon. If you want to say no, if you want to say weird shit in my chat, twitch.tv/Brando or whatever to see the reactions live. But honestly, I don't know what this is gonna entail. I'm just here for a good time. And yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Like, subscribe, and let's see.
We carry the largest trans pride flag to ever be flown in a national park and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point that trans is natural.
Please, tell me what's natural about having to wear a wig and tons of eye makeup to try and get people to treat you like a woman.
The Trump administration and transphobes would love to have you believe that being trans is unnatural, but species that can transition sexes...
Wait, did they climb the mountain? I'm sorry, bro. It's the fucking Dudley Do-Right mustache with the luscious flowing locks that's killing me, bro. But I'm having a great time. It's crazy, bro. Are they climbing up there to sign the flag? Bro, you could put a Black Lives Matter fucking flag up there, bro. I'm not doing that. This is a crazy look, bro. It's the mustache, bro. It's the Dudley Do-Right mustache.
Can be found on every continent and in every ocean.
You can't be a baddie with a mustache with a mustache that thick, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not edging no more. Thank God.
That had to be the most disingenuous analogy that I've ever heard. Show me a human male that's become female spontaneously without spending like $100,000 in the operating room. Well, even the surgeries don't change their biology. And just because certain animals can do things doesn't mean that humans can do those things.
Is this motherfucker commentating to me over a fucking Microsoft slideshow, bro? I'm getting these scenic ass views, bro. I thought it was gonna be a movie. It's just, or like at least like a pan or something. This is just a still shot, dude. What the hell?
Some animals aren't sexually dimorphic, and the females are just as strong as the males. That's not humans, though. There are a lot of differences between the sexes. I mean, I don't think I've seen an analogy this bad since the croissant analogy.
If trans women aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant? Of course it's a croissant. It's made out of butter and dough just like any other croissant.
Right, a big...
Huh? There are people with both. I hate this dude. Hey. That motherfucker would hate you right now too. You got watch time on? I don't have watch time on. Watch time is broken right now. I do got followage on though, bro. Followage still works, but watch time is broken for some reason. There are people with both. What, hermaphrodites?
Big croissant and a small croissant are still both croissants.
Is it okay to call them hermaphrodites? I want to know if mine works on here. It never works on JJ stream. No, I don't think it does. I mean, you could try, but I don't think it does. Dude is gender neutral, but anyway. I thought, what? No. I thought, is this not who I think it is? I thought this person was not gender neutral. I thought this was the person that got mad every time they got misgendered. I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know.
Except, that's not what's happening here. You're not a big croissant saying that you're a small one. You're a taco saying, I identify as a pastry.
So before I demolish this delicious and very valid pastry, repeat after me. Big croissants don't affect
Yes, it's
me.
him. But he doesn't like being. She doesn't like being. Don't piss me off, gang. They don't like being called him, bro. I could have swore that was like the whole thing about this, bro. I said dude in a gender neutral term. You said him. Yeah, this shit lying. Yeah, I was about to say. I think it's still broke.
In the slightest.
Yeah, that's not the case. In fact, that's exactly everyone's problem and why
I'll try to
people
see if
have
I can
so
fix
much
it after the
energy
stream
against
tonight.
trans activism. We were all just out here minding our own business.
They do it on
and then
purpose?
A bunch of activists started inserting
maybe.
themselves into everything and saying, you have to treat us how we demand you treat us or you lose your job. This sort of extortionist behavior is why people are mad at the LGBT crowd.
I'm actually non-binary and use they them pronouns. I definitely could see that. In the best way possible, you look like you'd be non-binary. Slay, they. You realize that isn't a compliment, right?
I guarantee you that when people say that, 99% of the time it's not meant to be a compliment. And that's because as soon as you see the
Who has
wacky
ever said
hair
slay
color and the
they?
nose ring, oh wait, this person actually doesn't
People
have
say
a
that.
nose ring. Shocking. But when regular people see the wacky outfits, they
nose
know
ring
they're
stray
about
is
to deal with a
crazy.
very difficult or annoying person. Or a narcissist. I mean, there are just so many examples of people with narcissistic
All
personality
non-binary
disorder
people look like
being
that.
gassed up by every major corporation.
You know what? You might be right.
For identifying as LGBT, and everyone hates stuff like this. From Today USA, women want to be her, men want to be with her. Dylan Mulvaney, the true definition of beauty and grace.
This is the most cap article I've ever seen. This is not fine shit. It might be fine shit to somebody else. Not fine shit to me.
Bro, Dylan Mulvaney doesn't even want to be Dylan Mulvaney.
That's crazy.
So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of trans people out there who just want to mind their own business and go on with their lives. In fact, the right to be able to mind their own business.
Nobody
was
wants to
originally
be
what
with
the
Dylan
LGBT
Mulvaney,
movement was
bro.
pushing
I don't
for.
want to be with Dylan
And I
Mulvaney.
think that's an idea that most Americans these days would have no problem supporting. However, the activists, not the normie LGBT people, I'm specifically talking about the activist part of this community, constantly display the most self-centered and entitled behavior. And it's not transphobic or bigoted to point out when someone's being a self-absorbed asshole.
True.
Let's go back to that image. Women want to be her. Yeah, except for all the women who were pissed off at Dylan's woman face behavior. In fact, people were so mad at Dylan that Anheuser-Busch almost had to give up the Bud Light brand. Men want to be with her. No, they don't. Straight men don't. The second they find out you're trans, you're gonna get ghosted.
This video is for straight men and straight men only. I'm sorry, but how in the world could you not like me? Yes, I'm a trans woman, I'm a doll.
Whether you were a trans woman or not, what do you mean? How in the world could you not like me, bitch? I don't fucking like you. Like, you don't tickle my fancy, motherfucker. Yeah, you're ugly. You're ugly. You get what I'm saying?
Like, what is so different about dating me than a cis woman?
A lot. I'm not gonna cap.
Everything
A lot.
that she can.
Except have children. Did you notice the narcissist?
I was thinking that, bro. I was like, no, not necessarily.
I'm so great behavior. That's why people don't like you. The guy I was on a date with just found out that I was trans. Why is he just finding out on a date? Why wasn't this disclosed on the dating app?
I will say this. I've said this in the other video. I don't care if you're transgender, LGBT, whatever, but you definitely need to. If you're a transgender person, you definitely need to tell people that. I feel like, because not everyone's okay with that. That's definitely something you have to say. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's one of those things. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those need to know bases. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, they were definitely using a dating app where photos can be edited and the voice chat wasn't used. Why is it so hard to date straight men when you're just a normal trans girl who makes content for the internet? Well, there you go.
What kind of content we talking about? Because that's a red flag right there, bro. No. He didn't like the fact I was 16. Like, no shit. Exactly, bro. Like, come on, bro. You gotta. These are things that you need to know before I get
Stop
there.
catfishing people,
Or at
and
least I
maybe
need
you'll
to know.
find someone who actually likes you. I mean, it's crazy how many trans people think it's perfectly fine to start a relationship out by lying by omission.
What are you even really disclosing? What is there to disclose? There's no
When do you think someone trans should disclose the fact when dating? Before you guys, like, I think that should be one of the first things you say. It should be in your bio, I think.
exception. When you're dating someone, you don't have to disclose every single
There are a lot of
thing
people that,
about
yeah,
yourself
there
up
are a
front.
lot of people that would date transgender people. It's just not everyone wants to date transgender people. Like, two, like, there's people that don't want to date black people. There's a lot of people that would. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter.
That's the fun of it.
It's called
You get to
preference.
learn about someone new.
Considering that the status of your sexuality is a big deal for a relationship, that definitely should be disclosed before you even go on a date. Though in this case, I actually wouldn't worry because I don't think anyone's being fooled by you.
He shows off his results of facial feminization surgery. What is your reaction? Again, just reading the tweets. Don't get mad at me. Let's take a look at this.
Me.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a bug. You gotta go back and ask for a refund. Like, this was not a complete job. This is just incomplete homework.
Though to be honest, some trans people are more feminine than others.
Wait, that's to make you look more like a woman?
And it's harder for normies
I didn't
to
know
tell.
there was, like,
So in the
surgery for
case
that.
where
I didn't know
someone
there
is
was surgery for a
intentionally
lot of
tricked
things,
and any form of sexual contact happens that they would otherwise not consent to, I think that should be considered sexual assault. These people are all about consent, right? Well, you can't consent if you don't understand the terms of the deal, and if
True.
you're trying to trick someone into consenting to something they otherwise would not consent to if they had full knowledge of the terms, then that is very much the mentality of a rapist.
True. If you got a STD, bro, you better tell somebody you got a STD. Mostly if you know.
You aren't fooling anyone. Everyone knows that you aren't
They need to
disclosing
be,
this information right away for
They need to be aware of most of the things before you get what I'm saying?
a reason. And really, the best way to continue to take power away from these people so they can't threaten us anymore is to just start calling stuff what it is. All the bullying that trans activists have been doing can completely be defeated if we just stick to reality. Which brings us to a trans TikTok influencer who goes by Lily Tino. Well, this person has already
So
been
this is
brought
who I
up, but
thought it
now I
was.
have a bigger point to make. If you haven't seen any of the content, this type of stuff is what Tino is famous for.
The bottom is from Thailand?
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. And the middle one is from India.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check.
Did anyone catch what went wrong here? I actually had to watch this multiple times, so let's do a quick repeat.
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
So Tino is mad because the waiter said sir. Well, it's kind of hard to call you a ma'am when you look like a sir, and Tino knows that people will make this mistake, which is why tons of
All that aside, and I've worked with you misgender me, I'm leaving. But all that aside, I've worked with transgender people. I still work with transgender people. And they actually will correct you. They'll correct you. Like one of my favorite coworkers, Percy, shout out to him. Percy is transgender male. One day we were doing something and someone called Percy she. Percy was like, Percy didn't say anything at first and just kind of went about their day. And then they were like, oh, by the way, just so you know, like, I go by he and they, like, I'm transgender, this, that, and the third. Really nice about it. Bro was so nice about it. Why can't, like, I don't know, bro. I'm a male with long hair. I've been called she before. But I don't care. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. What's this?
Made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
3 minutes later.
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found the stall, he's standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Like, oh, is there someone king standing up there? But you know what? He's standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women. Would recommend.
This is weird, bro. Just go to the bathroom. I'm not gonna lie. If a transgender male walked into the bathroom with me, I'd be like, I'm going back to pissing. Like, you know, like maybe I'm truly just non-problematic, or maybe I just don't give a fuck about what other people do with their lives. But like, I probably wouldn't even look up. I probably wouldn't even know a transgender male walked into the bathroom with me until I fucking was like, unless we were washing our hands next to each other, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I just went back to what I was doing. And two, I'm not gonna lie, and don't do this if you're if you identify as a male and you're going in the female bathroom. But if you walk into somewhere like you're supposed to be there, 9 times out of 10, no one's gonna stop you.
Misgendering videos are on Tino's channel.
I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir. Thank you. I'm not sir.
Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. It hurts more though when it's not intentional, because it means like this is sir to him.
Yeah, it's such a knife to the gut that you keep intentionally putting...
Why the fuck you checking niggas out while pissing anyways? True. True. Bro, that's not what I meant. But you know what I mean, bro. Like, I just don't give a fuck. It's because imagining a big black guy who identifies as a woman going in a bathroom with your 7-year-old daughter. I'm trying to scout the competition. Bro, I gotta see what's going on, bro. Gotta know what he's working on. Yeah, no, for real. Like, if that happens, then yeah, I'm gonna be mad. But like, don't they have transgender bathrooms though? Like, no bullshit. Don't they have transgender bathrooms? And also too, I feel like you put yourself in a spotlight to be misgendered more when all your content is about being misgendered. Because now I feel like people are doing it to troll you. You get what I'm saying? See what everybody's working with. You feel me?
Yourself in these situations and film them happening over and over again.
Gotta know if I'm matching up. You get what I'm saying?
Everyone knows that you're doing this on purpose. And not just that, but Tino has openly talked about not actually caring about being called sir.
Look, I don't need your approval to love my face. But honestly, keep these comments coming because they really don't bother me in the way that you think they bother me, and they boost engagement on my stuff, so keep at it.
Yeah. Bro doesn't actually care. Bro is just doing this because they get money off of doing it.
A bunch of people saying sir in the comments is what's being responded to. So now we know that Tino bullying people is completely about getting attention. But let's go back to that bread video for a second.
We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. No. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. It's not how it works.
I feel like some people just don't look at the gender people be misgendering them as. People just be mean. No cap. I can tell, bro wants to be she or it identifies as she. I can tell that. I'm going to call him she or they she, bro. Or I'm just going to call them they. Or I'm going to just, no cap. If I really don't know and I just don't want to offend anybody, bro, I just be calling them by their name. What's your name? Lily? All right, Lily. No pronouns, bro. I'm gonna just, hey, every single time, oh yeah, me and Lily, Lily, yeah, Lily this, Lily that, bro. That's it. You're not gonna get me, bro. You're not gonna get me, bro, because I don't care enough. I don't care enough. You identify as a woman? Cool. You identify as a dude? Cool. I don't give a fuck. It's not my life, bro. Do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Sorry about what happened. It's okay. I would love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too, so...
You don't have, are you sure?
You're good, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Now you can see why Tino does this. Any narcissist would treat waiters like that if they got free food and special treatment from it. You do understand they had to throw all that food out, right? However, I don't know if you guys caught this, but the waiter had an accent, meaning that English is not his first language, so he probably is not all that privy to the pronoun BS because it's esoteric speech. I mean, if there's any indication that he doesn't understand what's going on,
intended for are likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. All right, thank you. He got me with that one, bro. That was a word I didn't know.
is that he immediately says sir again after being told to say ma'am. And the whole subtext of this is that this guy spends all this time
I remember the
learning
first
English,
day in
and
first
then
grade,
Tino
I
is out
thought a
here
black guy
threatening
was a
his
girl. I
livelihood
felt so
over a
embarrassed.
minor mistake.
Looked people before.
That's why
and
you got the
after.
free drink. It's because he's afraid of a sociopath like you causing a scene and getting him fired. Especially considering that this occurred
No,
at
for real.
Disneyland. So you know
Like,
that if the waiter
there's definitely been like, I feel like I was, actually, I forgot what I was doing. But when I was younger, there's a lot of, Native Americans. There's a lot of Native American boys that have really long hair. You get what I'm saying? And their voice isn't changed yet. So they sound like a little boy, which, all children kind of sound the same when you talk. So there's been times as a kid that I thought a Native American boy was a girl. And yeah, you feel pretty shitty. You get what I'm saying? You're like, oh, my fault, gang. You get what I'm saying? But then again, they also don't they don't get mad about it. They be like, oh yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like no, I'm a boy, by the way. And you're just like, oh, my fault, gang. You get what I'm
stands up
saying?
for himself, the company is not going to back him. So really this person is just making money off of bullying foreigners and using transgenderism as a shield after being abusive. Because that's what this is, it's abuse. And abuse seems to be kind of a foundational strategy of trans activists. Tino has a lot of this type of content, as well as stuff that progressively gets creepier.
Made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. No, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the
Of using women already
being in Florida or being in California.
2, not only is there this fetishizing with trans people of lying about their status in the hopes of tricking straight men, but there's also a fetishizing of using women's bathrooms. Here's a whole office of biological males filming in the women's bathroom. And I can't imagine how unnerving it must be for women to have to share this space with people who are obviously biological men.
Oh, I go where I please. I will continue to go into women's restrooms, women's locker rooms, women's spaces, because I am a woman, whether you like it or not.
You need to hit the gym. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Damn, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, bro. You need to hit the gym, gang. I'm not gonna lie.
And there's nothing you can do about it. I go where I please. And so far, nobody's had the guts to even try and stop me.
No one has tried to stop you because it's a bunch of women who have like half your strength, and they don't want to risk you being a psycho who will.
It was
violently
automatic.
beat
I
them
couldn't stop it.
if
I
they
understand.
Speak up about you using the women's bathroom.
Bro, this fucking video gets me every time. This fucking video gets me every time, bro.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here. And you're watching
Oh,
out.
no, excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
They aren't protesting because they're afraid. And what really should happen is that people should just stop going to places.
Oh,
with
bro,
mixed
mean as
bathrooms.
double chin,
Oh,
bro.
and speaking of borderline predator behavior, Tino loves to go to Disneyland to explain.
Why are they so aggressive? Excuse me. Thank you. But yeah, why are they so aggressive? I don't know. Thank you. See?
How transgender surgery works, with kids in the background and child-friendly metaphors.
Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the
Bro predicted to bless you. I do it because I know these are gonna be YouTube videos, so I just say thank you. You feel me? Thank you. Okay. Thank you, K to Dawn. K to Dawn.
plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. The outside
Whoa,
of the
whoa,
wand,
whoa,
my-
whoa,
last summer
whoa.
I got
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Oh, and speaking of borderline predator behavior, Tino loves to go to Disneyland to explain how transgender surgery works, with kids in the background and child-friendly metaphors.
Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. The outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel.
This person needs to be put on a watch list. I think no one would be shocked if there are some skeletons in Tino's closet. These topics aren't appropriate for young kids.
Hi, friends.
Today we're going to talk about...
Oh, this is crazy. This is kind of predatory. 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 Because it's some kid... I'm walking away. But if some kid... Because if some kid sees this, kids don't have the best facial recognition, mostly for faces that they don't see all the time. They could actually think this is Miss Rachel and get put in and learn some stuff that maybe they shouldn't be learning yet. This is low-key kind of predatory. No
something
cap.
super important. What it means to be transgender. It's a big word, but I promise that it's easy to understand. Ready to learn? The first thing I want you to do is close your eyes. Now think, do you feel like a boy, a girl, or a little bit of both?
For those of you who don't know what's going on, this is a parody of Miss Rachel, who is a very popular creator for very young kids. A friend of mine has a 2-year-old, and I caught an episode while he was visiting where she was teaching toddlers how to say no, so that was great. Well, maybe it's annoying to parents, but probably very useful if they ever meet someone like Lily Tino. And I'm not just making allegations here. Tino literally has an OnlyFans account and advertises that account in the same area where the videos targeted at children can be viewed. How is this not a crime?
Whoa, what? Oh, yeah, this is definitely predatory then, bro. What the fuck?
See why people are mad now? Stuff like this happens.
I'm so conflicted about this kind of education. It shouldn't be something that's educated to young children, I'll say that. Once they get into high school age once they get into high school age, once they can make decisions on their own is when they should learn about stuff like this.
It's over and over again.
Shouldn't be, my 4-year-old should not know about any of that. Because I'm not going to lie, bro, no cap, when I was younger, I used to be like, I wonder what being a girl is like. Now at the age of 21, I still wonder what being a girl is like. But I wouldn't become a woman. It's just like, yeah. Like, I wonder how the other half lives. You get what I'm saying? Like, kids are impressionable, bro. You shouldn't be... Nah. You can't get a tattoo, but you can get gender surgery. You can get a tattoo at any time in America, technically. If you go to the right place.
And this information gets pushed on younger and younger people.
I know kids at 13
way
that
before
have
it's age
tattoos.
appropriate, and now they have stuff like this.
Applications are open for Brave Trails 2025. Whether you're new or returning, get ready for an unforgettable summer in California, New York, or Georgia. Brave Trails is the summer camp for LGBTQ+ youth ages 12 to 17. With creative programming, gender-neutral housing, and affirming spaces to be your true self.
Wait, so you're gonna put a bunch of boys and girls with cameras in mixed housing? They're going to change and sleep in the same area with an age difference from 12 to 17? You don't see a problem with that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Unfortunately, I don't think they do. And what's
Just
funny is
ask a
that
yapper?
I'm old
No,
enough
for
to
real.
remember that back in 2020, I made a video about them medically transitioning kids, and I got gaslit like crazy with a bunch of wokies in the comments saying, no, they're just socially transitioning kids. They don't get medical treatment until they're adults. At that point, there were only a handful of news stories about people medically transitioning under 18. But just 5 years later, medically transitioning kids has been completely normalized.
Estrogen treatment.
Yeah, nah, bro. I don't think as a kid, me personally, I don't think as a kid you should be able to make that decision. I think once you turn 18, do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Have a ball. But like, when you're a kid, motherfucker, I thought I would be a fucking forensic scientist at the age of 15. That was only 6 years ago. Now, guess what? I never want to see a dead body. like never. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's too, you don't know what you want yet. You get what I'm saying? 12 to 17, that's the ages that would be like 7th grade to 12th grade. This isn't crazy, but a little OD. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely an OD, bro. It's definitely OD. If you take estrogen, you look more girly, but if I take testosterone or I'm just gonna look older and lose hair, why can't I just look more Chad? You don't get to look like a Chad, nigga. You don't. Get the testosterone that your body's pumping out. But yeah, once you turn 18, bro, you can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. Once you turn 18, if you're a girl and you want to be a boy, if you're a boy that want to be a girl, have a fucking ball. But like, while you're a kid, nah, bro. You don't really know what you want to be yet. You get what I'm saying?
Is irreversible and would make Josie sterile. But Josie and her mother never doubted it was the right thing until an unexpected conversation happened one afternoon.
But on the inside, where nobody else can see,
Yeah.
are you a boy or are you a girl?
Maybe I'm a boy inside and a girl outside.
Really?
Yeah, is that true?
Only you know the answer to that.
Sometimes I think I'm a boy, sort of, but I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
Dr. Olson had a decision.
Yeah, nah, bro. Nah, bro. She don't even know. Like, she just off that answer alone, bro. She don't even know, bro. She don't know the wonders of life yet. There's a TikTok account about a 7-year-old being trans. Yeah. 7, bro. 7. You don't even know all the functionalities yet. Come
You
on,
are
bro.
in the perfect place to start.
This is like changing to a different game, and you didn't even start the tutorial, bro. You looked at the first 2 steps of the tutorial, and you was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. That's all it is, bro. Not technically, because an excessive amount of testosterone makes women grow hair and shit, so it really depends on the balance. Yeah, bro, it's all scientific. I don't want to call it mumbo jumbo, but it's all science, bro. It's all science. But yeah, nah, bro. This shit's so crazy because I used to like a boy shit, and I knew I wasn't about to be no damn boy. Yeah, no cap. I actually got a friend that I went to elementary school with. He is now he. You get what I'm saying? Like, she is now he. And that's still that's still someone I talk to. Like, I don't treat them any differently. You get what I'm saying? But like, they used to like boy shit, and then eventually, bro grew up and was like, I'm gonna become a boy. Perfectly fine. You get what I'm saying? But like, I'd rather an 18-year-old make that decision than someone that's still in middle school, dude. I'm gonna be like the train to win if I take a test just without all the muscle, just looking 30. You're an idiot.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen.
All girls know boys are cooler.
2 years.
Around 13. That's what I think. You're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay?
A lot of times it strikes me that had this happened just 20 years ago,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have been able to give her blockers, and she would have had to go through male puberty. That terrifies me.
It's all done. Do you want a hug?
I don't.
Oh wait, this is
okay.
Wait.
Start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones, in 2 years. And she
Wait, I thought this was a girl the whole time, like a biological girl. I thought this was a biological girl the whole time. But I mean, to be honest, little boys and little girls kind of look the same for a good minute, bro. They all just look like babies.
And would make Josie sterile.
But if I would have been educated in that, it probably would have made me think it was something else.
But Josie and her mother never doubted it was the right thing until an unexpected conversation happened one afternoon.
But on the inside, where nobody else can see,
Yeah.
are you a boy or are you a girl?
Maybe I'm a boy inside and a girl outside.
Kids are too impressionable. Yeah, that's my whole point.
Yeah, is that true?
Only you know the answer to that.
Sometimes I think I'm a boy, sort of, but I want
See, bro, they literally go, "Is that true?" Like, they're looking for validation. Like, I mean, like, what do you think? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Dr. Olson had a decision.
You are in the perfect place to start on blockers.
And she promises to begin giving her estrogen, female hormones, in 2 years.
Around 13. That's what I think. You're not going to wait until 16 to start. You know that, okay?
A lot of times it strikes me that had this happened just 20 years ago,
Thank you.
I wouldn't have been able to give her blockers, and she would have had to go through male puberty. That terrifies me.
It's all done. Do you want a hug?
I don't know that she would have survived male puberty.
I'm not really sure how these people have it.
No cap. What do you mean survived male puberty? To me personally, male puberty might be easier than female puberty. No cap. I didn't even know what I wanted to eat when I was 12. Exactly. It took me a while just to choose the ice cream flavor. I like that she is saying you know that, not me, instead of validating a specific mindset. I get it. But also too, I don't know. If I had a kid and like they came to me about this, I'd be like, bro, like let's really like I'd be like, I feel like you need to wait until you're 18 to make that decision. Because it's a life changing decision. It's way too early. Yeah, exactly. It's a life changing decision, bro. It's a life changing decision. Like, you don't even know what you want yet, bro. Like, you really don't even know how you feel about it.
In their head that it's okay to allow a young child to make a permanent decision like that, especially considering that the child expressed pretty heavy doubt, and maybe that's the best.
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like, if the child was talking in more absolutes, then maybe I'd be like, all right, maybe this was bad. But for them to be like, I don't know, and then ask like, is that the right answer? Like, the mom is doing the best. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I don't know that, you know that, and she's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. If you got doubt, bro, it might not be for you. If you don't want to be a guy after you go through it, that it's kind of harder to revert. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. At least wait until you're 18. Because then at least 18, you're a legal adult. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. And just think. Just be like, yeah, I want this. Like, if you absolutely, positively, like, think about it, bro, that's on you, bro. That's on you, bro. If an 18-year-old kid walks up to me and goes, I want to change my gender, okay, bro. Did you do the research? Did you think about it? Cool. Have a fucking ball, bro. I wonder if that was because she was being recorded. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like I said, anything under 18 to me is what it is. Mom, I want to eat chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Are you gonna say yes? I'm not a mom, so I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna be like, at least you're getting 3 meals in, nigga. But like, in all honesty, bro, like, I don't know. I feel like kids themselves shouldn't be able to do it. If they turn 18 and they want to do it, let them do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Your kid on life-altering medication.
Just make sure they did the research. They know the side effects, all of that, bro. Make sure they know what the fuck they're getting into.
When they turn 13.
Seems more like we're experimenting on children like the Nazis did, though.
It does seem a little...
Bro, we gotta stop throwing the fucking word around like that, bro. The mustache man and the people that, followed him, bro, we need to stop throwing that word around, bro. Cause y'all are really, them motherfuckers was doing some crazy shit. Y'all need to stop throwing that word around, bro.
Suspect, I agree.
I mean, imagine if a Nazi scientist came forward and said, but the kids really want it.
The one thing that keeps me happy is that we're moving closer to a place where eventually people who do this are going to start getting punished for it. Especially since Twitter got bought and stories like these aren't being...
I'm not gonna lie, the mustache man, as bad as he was, had aura, bro. He got a whole country of motherfuckers to back him. He literally said the master race was people with blonde hair and blue eyes. And motherfuckers just rolled with it. By the way, the nigga himself didn't have blonde hair nor blue eyes. That's how much pull he had, bro. That's insane. There's kids saying they cats. Exactly, bro. Come on. At least wait until you're 18, bro. Your brain don't work right, bro. You a little stupid still.
Depressed anymore.
I had facial feminization surgery.
Yeah, blue eyes. Did he have blue eyes, bro? He ain't have blonde hair, though. I know that for a fact.
Reassignment surgery. I was on HRT for 17 years. Now I'm on a combo dose because I can't go off. I have multiple health conditions from transitioning young and for transitioning for so long.
This person has to take medication permanently despite regretting the transition because of the damage that transitioning caused. And it's sick because the activist community loves to pretend that none of these drugs like hormone blockers had any side effects.
So what was it for you that kind of woke you up?
Then they have to stay on it for life? Hell no. I think you can show it, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I can show it, bro. I'm gonna just edit it in when I make it a YouTube video. But that shit ass, bro. That shit
This isn't what I should have done.
I found out that homosexual transition was environmentally caused in almost every single case by childhood sexual assault, or by internalized homophobia or failed boy syndrome. People are being lied to when they're being diagnosed. They're not being diagnosed with what actually causes the gender dysphoria. They're just being diagnosed with a symptom of a problem. And there are multiple problems that cause those symptoms. And when you don't appropriately diagnose people, you lead them into a life of ruin. All of these interventions are permanent, they're irreversible, and they lied to me.
I don't know if the numbers are that high, but sexual abuse history sure is commonly reported amongst people who transition, as well as symptoms of it like drug abuse and homelessness. Now, the age-old thing that the activists like to say is that you could end the life of a trans person by misgendering them. However, if you look at the studies that they cite, the people in the high-risk categories are very often drug abusers or homeless.
You also want to know something, bro? Still not as high as suicide rate. Ooh, I don't know if I can say that. Still is not as high as rates as men. I'm going to say that.
And HRT is not going to fix that.
I low-key
And
feel
they
like
don't
Gucci
care
Man in
about the people who are
2006.
indoctrinated, who are harmed by this
Same.
loosey-goosey system where you can walk into a therapist in 15 minutes and be given a gender dysphoria diagnosis.
Right, they don't care at all. I think when Lily Tino makes a video dressed as Miss Rachel, that's not about educating people. It's about trying to find the next viral trend to build popularity and promote the OnlyFans account. I think these people rarely, if ever, talk about people who regret transitioning. In fact, I've heard rumors that on Reddit, such people are shunned from the transgender forums. But the nefarious part with kids is that kids
Therapy
are easily
locates
manipulated.
a scam. Just
will
pay a
often do what
hooker.
they think
Don't
will
listen to
impress
that.
their
Get a
parents,
therapist.
And they have no life experience.
Need to start
They've only
sending
been
these
around
kids
for
to
a few
regular
years,
therapy
so how
before
are
you
they
send them to
supposed to know at
hormone
11
therapy.
what their
Definitely.
desires are going to be at 30 or 40 or 50? Where are the adults? Adults are supposed to be around.
Happy Male Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah, I like that. I like
As
that.
advisors to prevent kids from doing stuff they might regret in the long term. In fact, as a
W
society,
men.
I think it's people's responsibility to prevent those around them from making stupid decisions. A lot of people's dumb choices could be stopped if they didn't have a shitty friend group. You want people in your life who will sit you down and talk you through major decisions and give you corrective feedback. People need the feedback of others to know how to behave appropriately. It's something that I'm sure these narcissistic activists are missing in their lives.
We love men, especially Brendo. He loves men. I love all my brothers, man. Love all my brothers. I hope your mental where it need to be at.
So let's do them all the favor of not appeasing their BS. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Well, solid video from Think Before You Sleep. Let's have a nice formal debate in the comments. No bashing, no none of that, bro. Personally, where I stand on it, if you want to be transgender, bro. Who cares? But I also hope that you wait until you are of age to have that decision. I would say hold off until you get to like 18 to make that decision, because it is a big life-changing decision that I don't think should be in the hands of a 12-year-old or anything younger than 18. But for the people over on YouTube, if you want to see the reactions live and in real time, twitch.tv/Brando or whatever, and I'll see you guys later.